All right, next up we have our smoky sour. And we're gonna start with the syrup, the smoked maple syrup that was provided. If you wanna measure out 3/4 of an ounce, it should be half of that bottle that was provided. Put it right in your shaker tin. And then we're going to take, if you're making one cocktail, take one of the rosemary sprigs in that bag, and you're gonna muddle it into the syrup. So just give it like a few twists. So this syrup was made, we took maple syrup, dialed it back with some water and let it simmer with fresh rosemary sprigs in it. And then we also lit some rosemary sprigs, caught it on fire, let it get nice and smoky, infused that into the syrup, let it sit, and dumped those in as well. So you should get some smoked rosemary notes in the maple syrup, but we're gonna muddle some fresh rosemary into it as well, and that's just gonna really make it pop with flavor. So after you're done muddling that, we can add our 2 ounces of apple brandy. And then we have a full 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, and measure that out. Dump that right in. And we can add ice and shake it up. This is going in a coupe glass. You don't need to put ice in it. And since this is not being served on ice, you want to make sure you shake it really well, because it's not going to continue to mellow out over ice. So make sure you give it a nice good shake. We're going to strain this out. If you have one of these double strainers, you can go ahead and hover it above and double strain it. What that's going to do is just collect any little ice chips or rosemary sprigs from getting in your cocktail. If you don't have one of these, it's totally fine. So next, we are going to light one of these on fire and get some even more smoky notes into your drink. So you can take a lighter. Please be careful when doing this at home, and get it nice and smoky. Hover it above the glass. You can also, if you have a fireproof surface, lay this, before you make your cocktail, lay this on a flat surface and put the glass right over it, and let the smoke infuse into the glass, and that'll give it some really nice flavors as well. It smells so nice in here. Getting it nice and smoky. And you can just kind of drop it in, and that smoke flavor is going to infuse even more into your cocktail. Plus now you have a pretty garnish. When you go to take your first sip, you're going to get all of those nice smoked rosemary notes. Cheers.